everybody. Good morning. Welcome in. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're looking at the collective energy for today, Friday, January 26th. Happy Friday, everyone. Whoop, whoop, right? Thank God for the weekend. I hope that all is going well in your world. We're just coming off of a full moon. So a lot of intensity, right? A lot of emotions, feelings flying around. Hopefully you're finding ways to just really support and nurture yourself through this time. There's a lot reshuffling. I say that on the regular. Sorry to be redundant, but it's true, right? And I think sometimes when we don't fully recognize or are feeling resistant to the change, etc., it can make it hard, right? It can make it arduous, or we forget to validate ourselves, our emotions, our feelings, what is going on for us. And I hear that spirit, especially today. It's the day of Venus. It's all about love, the feminine principle, what it means to nurture and support ourselves in a more harmonious way. That feminine principle. I've been doing a lot of reading, research on that value and just how important it is, and not in a way to shame the masculine, because we need both, right? Both of those aspects play to the whole. The unity is what we're trying to find, that balance, that integration, even when one thing gets thrown off, etc. So when that happens, I love to, and I think even just setting the tone, setting the stage, it's important to cleanse out our energy, have practices for ourselves that keep us grounded, that keep our focus, our intention on what is true and authentic for us. And a lot of times that comes from things that are a little bit more peaceful, our wellness, our health, our care routine, etc. And Venus is such an awesome day to beautify yourself, right? Make yourself feel fabulous, all the good things. Remember just the uniqueness and the beauty and what comes from you and who you are and what you bring to this world. Those aren't easy practices, and we don't often do those, right? We live in a very fast-paced world. There's a lot of distractions, etc. Even like laying in bed and scrolling is not necessarily wellness. Sometimes we do need to detach, for sure, but sometimes it just serves as more of a distraction from focusing on ourselves, our wants, our needs. So we will do this energy cleansing. Feel free to participate, grab a smudge bundle if you're interested, or just receive what I'm doing, or you can totally skip ahead. All right, let's get going. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for our highest best, blocking messages, obstacles, places that we need a little bit more clarity on who we are, the truth about our power, what we bring to the table. Thank you so much. Amen. All right, so happy Friday. What's going on today astrologically? It's interesting because transit-wise, I do feel some reprieve. Like we're getting a little bit lessening of the tension. I feel like it's almost like because we know, right? We've been down this road before. We know how it all plays out. And if we don't do anything about it, right? If we just kind of linger in the Five of Cups energy, disappointment, frustration with how things have not worked out, wishing, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? It's actually gonna distract us from having that inspiration to move forward, to really ground into what our heart desires. Saturn is harmoniously aspected to Jupiter, so it just confirms that when we're doing the work, it will pay off. It will pay off. Yes, there's been annoyances, frustrations, resistance, obstacles, these misbeliefs that we're not really going to get what we want. But it's not true, you know? It is that proverbial dangling of the carrot. It is, yes, maybe spirit testing us, right? We have to show to the universe, spirit, God, however you understand it, that we are willing, that we're willing to do the work in order to receive what we want. But we also have to, you know, make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Manifestation is duality in terms of it takes action, but it also takes rest and reprieve. There's still a lot affecting us emotionally. This moon has loads of aspects that are all negative, wah. And the sun does as well, you know? And so it's like we're fighting between our ego and our emotions. And when, like I was saying earlier, when we get sucked into the woe is me, or this is not going to happen, or listening to people that are saying that are kind of against you, whatever it may be for you, it makes it just that much harder to overcome. So part of this lesson is about having, so funny, is about having a little bit more, you know, solidarity within yourself, taking time, space for you, barrier. So it's so hilarious that this comes up. I did a full moon reading last night. Check it out if you're interested. And that was the first message. It was boundaries. So boundaries and barrier. This is that value of, you know, I feel like we're in momentum. We're on our path moving forward. Excuse me, my nose is itching so badly, sorry. But, you know, it's still a process. It's not all happening right in this moment. And we need to be really careful, mindful about how we are setting ourselves up for success. It is about boundaries. It is about self-protection right now. Not to shame anyone, anything, but, you know, it's this constant message of supporting ourselves, surrounding ourselves with people, places, and things that do the same is so important, because it's also going to be that platform that helps move us to that next space. We're closing out a lot, you know, there's a lot going on, right? It's not just, you know, whatever, something I say every day, but it's just legit true. The astrology shows that, and these messages keep coming through that we need to make peace with what we're leaving behind. We need to make peace with what we're closing out. Remember that when we close things out, when we release, when we let go, we actually open up space and room for the new. And again, closure doesn't have to be an easy process. It's not an easy process. Sometimes we're ready to be done and we're like, see ya, you know, but then other times it's a little bit more difficult. You know, maybe we had hopes, dreams, desires for that thing, and there still is some lingering attachments. So it's also a really good day, even like setting up maybe some boundaries for yourself, right? Like, how can you support yourself a little bit better? How can you create that solidarity and strength around yourself so you're not feeling so lost in the emotions of everything that is moving on and moving forward? Spirit is bringing in this beautiful blessing, beautiful gift. I love it. It is in our environment, so to speak. We keep seeing this come up multiple times where it's like waiting, it's ready. I was hearing this thing that there are some like karmic things that are getting in the way. So it's not as much about you're doing something wrong, or, you know, you got to work harder or whatever it is. It's actually just about being patient. And I feel like sometimes when things take longer than what we would like, it's such a great time to take care of ourselves, to let ourselves thrive, right? Invest in a hobby, something you're interested in, you know, learn, grow, expand. both Mars and Mercury are in Capricorn, and they're actually like sitting right on top of each other right now. So this is the value of doing that work, right? I've talked about this a lot. We have a lot in Capricorn, a lot of earth energy going on, and in the astrology. And so it's just the friendly reminder, this is a really great time to utilize that energy to ground a little bit more. Ground in what makes us feel supported, whether that's financially, emotionally, whatever it may be for you. It's kind of just like getting your stuff right and making sure that you're being proactive about that. It's fun to fantasize about what we're bringing in, get excited about it. I think that's just as important. We just want to make sure that we don't get lost in that energy, because sometimes we, don't focus on the things that, like having some fun, getting ourselves out there, not being so attached to when that thing is going to come in. And usually when we do that, it comes in like way quicker. So we do have this energy or this message consistently to take time out for yourself. I definitely love that value of action and rest, right? So that is the manifestation principle. We have duality in all things in the universe, anywhere you look, right? There's always, that's all I have to say about that. So when we think about it in that way, having, times where we're pushing forward, even throughout our day, that's why Ayurveda is super into daily routine, because it's this principle of taking action, then taking rest, then taking action and taking rest. And then you end up being way more productive, efficient. You actually have more time and space for yourself as well, ironically, right? That's the cool thing about wellness, is it really helps us tap into that full potential of who we are, what is at the root, the core of our being. All right, let's pull some tarot. Let's see how this is playing out for us today, what we're dealing with. Okay, new beginnings are in our environment, so double confirmation on that synchronicities card. I like this energy. The Ace of Pentacles definitely brings with it wealth, abundance, potential of those elements, right? Because aces are pure potential. A new venture might be coming in for you. I feel like this tags back to that opportunity that we've been seeing kind of lingering around us over the past week or so. And it feels really good. It feels really heart honoring. It feels like this is actually something that is going to ground and stabilize you a little bit more. I feel like it's Spirit's gift to you. With you coming in as the star, it's success, right? So the star is the wish fulfillment in the major arcana. It's not always that like, boom, you get the present right now. It's more the value of like, you're on that path. And I feel like this Ace of Pentacles for you is heavily connected to, that end result, like what you're really looking to bring into your life. This is the new beginning of it, which I really love. Again, we don't need to control every piece, every nook, every cranny. We can take time to relax and actually like allow the things to come to us. The sun, that's the sun. I'm sorry, I was thinking it was the star. Okay, that's even more dope. I'll take that. I mean, I love the star for sure, Aquarian energy, but the sun is that confirmation, and oftentimes the sun is seen as the Ace of Pentacles in the major arcana. So it is confirmation, it's success, it's a gift coming in for you, really just kind of honoring and validating all the hard work that you have done. I feel like this is going to be really heart honoring. It looks like plans are happening today with this Knight of Swords energy. motivation, right? So you get inspired. This can come through a conversation that you have with someone or something you learn, right? You're watching a YouTube video or doing some research on something and you get this inspiration. It feels, this Knight of Swords energy, again, is very heavily attached to this Ace of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius individual who's offering this thing to you, or really just is smart, you know. They're smart about how they approach things. They always bring a game plan. They look through everything in a strategic manner. And it's not, what I like about the Knight of Swords is he's not as cold and harsh as what the King of Swords can be. So there still is this element of inspiration, right? Passion, potential, what is inspiring us to actually move forward, to actually take this opportunity. Very nice energy. I love this today. Okay, Ace of Wands. So this is in our blocked energy today. I'll pull some clarifiers on it because it is actually really like kind of counterintuitive to the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands is our pure creation. It's tapping into the creative potential. And wands are very, you know, they're sensual, they're passionate, they really help us connect with that part of ourselves that feels, you know, connected to this life, that makes us excited. But it's more of, like I said, that sensual energy. Okay, so the World. So this is like blocks and distractions. I feel like this is stuff that's coming from the past, right? It's places that you wanted to see certain things happen, that you thought a certain business venture or idea was going to take off. Like I said, this could be business, career, but this could also be, you know, anything, like a hobby. Maybe you started researching this one thing first and then, you know, it led you to something else. That's what I'm hearing. It's not exactly what you had anticipated, but it's what you hoped for. I think that there needs to be this element for you to take a step back and really weigh out the pros and cons of this offer, of what's coming your way. Looking at it with the practical mindset, not as much the emotional. Because I think the thing about the wands is they can be really inspiring, or not even just inspiring, but it's alluring. That's what I was gonna say. You know, like we can get so sold on an idea, on a thought, on a person, on a situation, that we forget to actually be open to the other opportunities that are around us. So Spirit's basically saying, don't limit yourself, even if it doesn't look exactly like what you wanted or what you expected on the surface. The Knight of Swords is also a great communicator, right? He's able to find out the information that is needed. Like I talked about, Mars and Mercury are right on top of each other in Capricorn. So sometimes we do have to do our due diligence. We do have to do our research. We can't necessarily take something at, you know, first sight, or, you know, we want to be really, especially right now with how the transits are playing out in the astrology, we really want to make sure that we're not being hustled point blank, right? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, okay, so Queen of Cups. So this is actually really, I love this. She is the embodiment of Venus. Queen of Cups doesn't necessarily rule Venus energy, but it's the feminine principle. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. It's supportive as well. So to me, this feels like you're bringing in someone, like I said, an opportunity, a potential, a gift that is really representative of all the hard work that you've been doing, all the places that you have been supporting yourself. And I feel like it's bringing out this really amazing connection for your heart, your mind, your soul. It's going to be super heart honoring, supportive to your wants and to your needs. This could even be a love offer, especially if you're single or you're looking for new partnership, new relationship. Yeah, totally. Especially with clarifying with the Hierophant joined together. I love this. We've been seeing this energy come up in past readings. It's finally here. That's definitely what it feels like. If it's not coming in today, it's within the next week or so is what I would say. And that always is dependent on where we're at, right? If we're still finding ourselves resistant, attached to the past, lingering too long, dealing with people, places, and things we just shouldn't be dealing with, then our manifestations are going to take longer, because Spirit just wants us to learn the lesson. That's life. That's how we evolve, right? Is by understanding and integrating the lesson so we can have bigger and better things. It's the simple thing of like heightening our vibration. And we do that when we are authentically true to ourselves. So there is going to be a little bit of a shakeup that is bringing this this beginning about with the Tower to release. Okay, so this is again confirmation of what I was just saying, releasing the past. That is the way that this stuff is going to be coming in a little bit more quickly, fluidly. It's going to be right in your lap. No. I just hear this as like, and it's so easy with our mind to get caught in, just like the feelings, the emotions, reminiscing, going over things in our head, the anxiety. That's all that is, right? It's the anxiety, it's the fear. And manifesting, being in alignment with what we want, really is just flipping the script. It's flipping the perspective. Saying, yeah, I could sit there and lament about why this thing didn't work out, why this person did this, that, and the other to me. We need that. We need to grieve, but we also need to bring ourselves out of it, especially because like there's this vibe of like, even if we were to go back to the past, it's more unknown right now than the future. Like there's more grounding in the future and what we're bringing in, what we've been doing for ourselves, for our heart. And the past is becoming too unfamiliar, right? And so it feels awkward because I think knee-jerk reaction is to go back to those things. It's human nature. It's comfortable. It's what we know. But we also know that if we do, there's a lot of pain in that space. It's a fracture of our energy. We need to use our intuition and continually adjust our mind, our thought. 2222 is on the clock. We have to work with ourselves, and that's really what intuition is. The number 18 breaks down to 9 in numerology, and it's like you're almost there, right? It's the last throes of this cycle. Having the confidence with Pluto lingering at that 0 degrees Aquarius, we're just in those awkward shifts and adjustments right now. So again, patience in the process. Mirrored souls. I got this message actually before I even started the video, and this goes back to what I've been saying the whole time. All the videos, no. It's this value of like what we think, what we feel, where we put our intention, that is going to be mirrored back to us. And I feel like what we're drawing in is way more empowered. It's way more heart honoring, soulmate energy, someone that we're meant to connect with, in this lifetime. And I feel like it is this thing that's bringing a lot of these beautiful blessings with it. It's ready for you. It's ready. It wants you to open up. It wants you to release and let go of all the destruction, the pain, the chaos that has been. It's in the past. Sometimes we do just have to leave the past with the past. I'm all about grieving, doing the healing work, making sure that you're aware of how it affects you, especially moving forward in these kinds of relationships. Because when we receive them, we want to make sure that we treat them with the love, the authenticity that they deserve, because that's really going to give us what we're asking for. Transformation. Yeah, this has been a consistent theme. 33. It's changing the vibe. And honestly, I do feel like for most of us, this is a pretty big change. 33 is all about how we're working with people, places, and things in our environment. It is that idea of unity consciousness. It's a master number. And so it's that amplification that, you know, when we can tap into unity, complete understanding duality exists. We can't control that aspect of it, but we can learn how to work with the energy of it, right? And when we do, when we work with the people in our environment, in our surroundings, when we open up to other possibilities, that's not just our fixed idea of how it should come in. It actually brings us this beautiful gift. I love this. I'm so excited. Please definitely drop comments below on how this manifests for you. It's just such a cool energy. It's an exciting energy. I feel inspired about what is coming in for us. Like I said, I know it's not easy. I know it hasn't been easy. And in those places, I'm just sending you all the love, seriously. Definitely just take care of yourself. Honor your heart, your mind, your soul. Tell yourself how gorgeous you are, the parts of you that you love. You know, do part of that reaffirming for your heart today. And that really is helping not only connect with that Venus energy, the fertility, the abundance that we're bringing in, but it also helps open up to new possibilities and connecting on all levels, mind, body, and soul. So thank you always for your time and energy. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm sending just all the love and blessings today your way. Happy Venus Day. Love yourself. You're fabulous and you totally deserve it.